Hello, it's Diana from Diana Marchand, and I help women through the midlife phase live healthier, happier lives, decrease stress, and begin to release the weight that the midlife can bring. All right? Because what used to work doesn't work anymore. And what I'm doing today is I'm going to show you how to make like a carrot and zucchini ribbon salad with a nut butter sauce. And I am using, because what I have right now, my almond butter's almost gone, I'm using peanut butter and tahini. So you can use just straight almond butter. You could even use just straight tahini. And tahini is a sesame seed butter. Mine's almost gone too. I go through my nut butters quite fast. There it is. Because I love tahini in salad dressings. It's what's in hummus, right? It is very high in calcium because sesame seeds are extremely high in calcium. Now what I've got is I just peeled the zucchini. And zucchinis are very wet, so I just wrapped it in a paper towel. I also have some carrots, and I'm going to use a few green onions, the onions. And it's basically the sauce that makes this noodle salad. But I'm going to show you a couple ways where you can make zucchini noodles, and I forgot my vegetable peeler. Oh, here it is. All right, here it is. All right, now the thing I love to use the most, basically, is this little thing that I found, and it's wavy. You see that? It's not really, really tiny. It has actually bigger ridges. Not always the easiest thing to find, but that's what it looks like right there. So it makes thin strips of noodles. You can also use a vegetable peeler to make like wider noodles. And then you may have something like this, which spiralizes zucchini, right? This is called the spaghetti. So here's I'll just show you real quick how this, I'm not going to use this for the noodles. I'm going to use my actual peeler thing. But this, oh my goodness, what's happening? Sorry, gut. It's because I had, let me just get rid of this. There we go. See how it's making the noodles? So for sure you could use this for your zucchini noodles. Absolutely. If you have one of these. And even carrot, although carrots, if you have a bigger carrot, works better, right? But like I said, I'm not going to use that. But you definitely can. What I'm going to use is, I'm just going to show you what this does. So if you just have a vegetable peeler, I just get these little thin pieces off. Right, then basically it's going to be more like zucchini noodles, right? I mean fettuccine noodles. So you could use that too. Absolutely. And same with your carrot, right? You still can make the noodles like that. Now, of course, you can grate this and it would still be fine, but I really like it in longer noodles. And so that's why I'm going to use this. So basically it's just going like this quite lightly. You don't press too hard. And it's just continually going. You see it right here, over and over and over again. Here's the carrots. And as you see, they're quite stiff. Well, the thing is when the dressing sits on it for a while, they soften up, okay? So yes, the carrots look kind of stiff. They're not bendable, but they will be when the dressing sits on it for a while. And I'll show you one that I already have made when I finished here. So with the zucchini, same thing. I usually just turn it. I don't want to get right down to the seeds in the middle because the middle of the zucchini is so wet, really wet. Now I've done this with just carrot noodles, not zucchini, like with just carrots. You can use carrots and cut up a little bit of cabbage and still have the same salad dressing. So, and then we'll just cut up a few. This is just going to be a small little batch. That's my onion. And I'm going to use some parsley, all right? So I'm just going to go grab my parsley because I meant to have it over here. So I have zucchini, carrots, and a little bit of green onion. Now my parsley. I just washed it and I forgot to pour it and bring it over. You just scrunch it up, bend your fingers like this in so they're not sticking out, and cut it very fine. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a bit of parsley. It adds just some nice color, right? There we go. There is that noodle salad right there so far. Okay, get the mess out of the way. Now to make the dressing, which is the best part. I have a shallow bowl, I already made some dressing. So see how nice and deep this is? Yes, you can blend this in a blender if you're making a bigger batch. So what I suggest is try making a small batch of this dressing. If you love it, double it and triple it, make a big batch, and then you have it in the fridge. Now the water. Okay, water. So we have water, we have, okay, so I'm gonna use a tablespoon of peanut butter. This is a small batch. Tablespoon of tahini, and like I said, you could use all almond butter, you could use all tahini. God, I think I put too much blush on you guys. All right, then we're gonna put in some water, which would be about a quarter cup almost, but I'm gonna start using like 2 or 3 tablespoons. And yes, you could use a little whisk, right? And now, so I like to add water, just whatever it needs, right? So I'll add all the other ingredients and then add the water to thin it out as needed at the end. And as I go along, if it becomes too thick, apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna add about 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. Make sure you have the good apple cider vinegar with the mother, okay? The good apple cider vinegar, not a cheap, really strong, horrible tasting apple cider vinegar. And then we're gonna use the Bragg's. You can use coconut aminos, you can use soy sauce, which I would prefer if you use tamari or gluten-free tamari. And we have about 3 teaspoons. About 3 teaspoons or so. And this again, you can add to taste, okay? Start with less, right? If you're not a real soy sauce fan. Curry powder, and I added a bit of garlic powder and onion powder to my curry powder, just because I like all those flavors. Instead of adding it separate, it's just all added in a little bowl like this. So for the curry powder, we're going to use about 1/2 teaspoon. 1/2 teaspoon. And if you don't like that much curry powder, add less, right? Or if you don't like curry powder, add just a bit of cumin, okay? Add just a bit of cumin. Okay, and then ginger. I'm gonna use dry ginger. You can for sure use grated regular ginger. Ginger, we are going to use about 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. And like I said, I already had garlic powder in my curry powder, so you can add a bit of garlic powder too. So I only added 2 tablespoons of water, and the thickness is pretty good. I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, that's kind of the, see, that is really good. So then we just want to taste that. That's pretty good. I like a little bit more zing, so I'm gonna add a little bit more apple cider vinegar to give it a little more. Yeah, that was another teaspoon, I think. So always go by taste. Remember this, it's your, and you can add a little bit of cayenne if you like it a little spicier, okay? Go by your taste. We all have different tastes. That is way better. All right, look how beautiful that dressing looks. It is so, so, so good. So that is going to go on this. And now, yes, this is a higher level of fat. Good fat, but you know what? It's something when you're craving something like that's more savory, a little heavier. Maybe if you're craving some sort of pasta, this is a really good alternative. And yes, you can use this sauce on some rice noodles too, if you like those, or any kind of noodles you have. But all right, so we put it on, and as this sits, I will show you, it gets so much softer. There we go. I have one that has been sitting, And then you always just want to stir it up. There you go. Look at that. I didn't put the parsley in this, but look at that. So it's nice and soft, and you can leave this in the fridge overnight so you can have it the next day too, right? Really good. And it's kind of chewy and a bit of the curry, which I love. I think this actually needs a little more heat. A little more cayenne would make it, for me, really good, or hot sauce. Give it a try. I think you're gonna love it. All right, bye-bye.